Hey there, gentle people. I am so happy to be here with you again. So it probably seems like my videos are far and few between, but they're not actually. I'm on a schedule. So I'm trying to do Mondays and Wednesdays. No, backtrack. Mondays and Fridays for videos, and then Wednesdays, I have a podcast now on iTunes. I'm so excited because it took me a hot minute to figure out how to do it, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And between this channel and the podcast, those are two things that I had in the back of my head like a really long time. And I always kind of felt like, okay, I don't have the face to go on YouTube or the voice to be on a podcast, but I just reached a point where I was like, you know what, forget it, screw it, it's done, it's a wrap. Let me just do what I need to do, because I really feel like I need to communicate, and you know, there are things that I want to share with you guys. So podcast on iTunes, I'll put a link in the description box. Be sure to check it out for me, please. So what I did 2 episodes already, and I think I'm gonna put another one on there tomorrow. And what it basically entails is going a little bit deeper in some of the ideas that I bring up on the channel. So my intention for the first few podcasts is to kind of go in depth into the artist way in particular. And I've been thinking about doing like a little virtual artist way circle is what they're called. So if that does happen, I'll be sure to let you know. You'll see it in the box, right? So anyway, today's video is going to be a haul video. It's a Hobby Lobby haul, right? Major alliteration going on there. So I've talked about artist dates on the channel before, and my artist date last week actually was to go to Hobby Lobby. And every time I go into a craft store, an arts and craft store, I always head to the clearance section first, because my rule of thumb is this: I only buy one thing at regular price, and technically it isn't even, because I'm not buying it without a 50% off coupon, and then anything else I want I get from the clearance section. So I went to Hobby Lobby, and I always get so much inspiration from going into the clearance section in these stores, because you never know what you're going to find. A lot of times it's usually things that you don't normally see in the store. So I'm going to share with you the things I got from Hobby Lobby last week. Some really cool stuff. All right, so here goes. Let me see. What's the first? Oh, the first thing I'll show you is this is a little blank slate, and normally it was $8, but I got it for $4, and it's a blank slate by Traditions. Oops, there, my face is gone there. And this is actually canvas, so if you want, you could paint a picture on there, or you could glue any kind of little trinket or whatever, but it's a pendant, so you string it, you hang it around your neck. I think I might put a picture of the Dalai Lama in there. That was what I thought when I first saw it. So that was half off. Good stuff. Okay, so since I started with that, I'll just show you the jewelry items. This is by a company called Vintage, and it's a natural brass necklace, and it was, well, it wasn't clearance, but it was 30% off. So the original price was $9.99, and it's, I think the chain is 30, well, it's actually 36 inches, and you can cut it and make it smaller, but you use it to basically make jewelry, and I absolutely love to make jewelry, so this is totally going to come in handy. The other things were, well, these were the Egypt inspired ones, and they're by Traditions, and they're from the Explorer line. And this one is a scarab here with those Egyptian colors, and then you have the ankh. So I think I might string them on the chain that I just showed you, but I thought those were really cool, and those were 30% off as well. The original price was $3.99, so there you go, Egyptian inspired. And my son and I, we lived in China for a while, and one of the things that I regret when we came back was I didn't get and I know they're totally fake, right? Well, actually, you know what? They're made in China. I just didn't happen to buy them in China, but they're these little Chinese coins, and they're really good to kind of make jewelry with, and you can glue them on journals or use them in mixed media. So these are really awesome. So I didn't buy them when we're in China, but hey, they're made in China, and these were 30% off, and Traditions, the Explorer line as well. Let me see. All right, I got a lot going on here, but here's the deal. I spent less than $30 on all of this stuff, so it's a lot of stuff. All right, what else? Ooh, here. This I thought was so cool. It's some clear stamps by Stampabilities, and you have the fountain pen and the little fountain pen popped with ink and the Harry Potter looking glasses, and I thought it was really cool because I love calligraphy and I love using fountain pens. So cool little pen set, right? Well, a pen stamping set. So that's from Stampabilities, and I got it for $1.49, normally $3, so that was pretty cool. The other thing is the Plaid Simply Screen printing ink, and this screen printing ink is water based. I know professional printmakers like to use the oil based stuff, but if you're not really into anything that heavy duty and you want to be a little bit more environmentally friendly, this water-based screen printing ink is a good choice, and they were $1.07 on sale. Normally they're $3. So the color is, I have no idea. It's just like a tealish, greenish going on there. So it's good stuff, and you can use it on any kind of fabric item. You just heat set it when you're done. I also got, while we're on the topic of printmaking and ink, I found the Lumi. Whoa, okay, hold on. Oh, wait, okay. It's the Lumi Inko cap, and is this making any sense to you? It probably doesn't, but you're going to see in a minute. I was super excited to find this because how it works is this. I had this before, right? This is the Lumi Inko die, and it's really good for sun printing. So it's a complicated, well, the process is not complicated, but I'll show you in another video soon. But basically what you do is this. You take the cap off and you screw the Inko cap roller thingy on, and I didn't take the label off yet, so I'm not, should I? Okay, hold on, let me take it off. All right, so there. So when you take the label off, this is what it looks like, and it's a rolling thingy here, and it fits on the Inko die, the Lumi Inko die bottles, and basically you can roll the ink out on the fabric, and it's much easier than trying to do it with one of those spongy brushes. And this is not exclusive to these Lumi bottles, so if you have any kind of paint that you want to roll out, especially if it's any kind of ink for sun printing, you can use the Inko cap roller, and it was originally $10 and I got it for $3.60. All right, let's see. Ooh, these are really cool. I love these things because if you notice, wait, where are they? These paints behind me right here, they're all liquid watercolors. And especially if you're traveling, what you can do is put a little bit of your paint in each one of these. And let me show you how they snap shut. This is one of the most secure ones that I've seen. When you close it, you actually have to press this little thingy here for it to open. So there it is, a little bit closer. And these were originally 80 cents and I got them for 49. So they're perfect for traveling, and they're perfect if you want to do a painting, say some acrylic painting outside. You're doing some plein air stuff and you don't want your paint to dry out. It's a perfect option because they snap shut really tight. I mean, you literally have to like put some pressure behind it for them to open. And since watercolors are water-based, if they do dry up in here, all you have to do is add a little bit of water. So these are awesome for traveling, and if you're not doing any serious heavy-duty painting out and just want to carry a little bit of paint around with you. Oh, this is the item I got that was regular price, and the regular price is $16.99, but you know, homegirl use her coupon, so I use my 40% off coupon on this, and it's a circle cutter. It's the Martha Stewart circle cutter. So this thing kind of is the cutter thing, and it spins around, and you can cut circles up to 5.5 inches in diameter, I think. And I'm always cutting circles for some reason, like I have a circle thing, so this is really going to help me so that my circles are absolutely perfect circles. All right, so that's that. And let me show you. These are some Bombay inks. We have the bright red and the cherry red, but here's the deal. The bright red actually looks more like orange to me, and the cherry red, I don't know where cherries look that red, but it looks more like a burgundy-ish kind of color. But here's the deal. The Bombay inks, they're light fast, they're waterproof, they're very heavily pigmented, and they hold a line without spreading. They're also non-toxic as well, which is why I really like them. Let me get rid of that shine right there. Okay, there you go. So normally these are $5 and I got them for $3. So this is a brand that I use a lot. Very good for calligraphy, but they're not limited to that. You can also use them in mixed media, and let me show you what they actually look like. This one was the cherry red. So all these lines here, I actually use them straight from the dropper in the bottle. You can make very sharp lines or very fat ones. I used the dropper to make those lines, and then I used one of my fountain pens here. So these are some of the fountain pens that I have, and these inks, again, they'll work with any kind of fountain pen, right? So good stuff. And this is not really a crafty thing per se, but it's like a mouse pad, and I really needed it to like write notes and junk and stuff, and I don't use a mouse pad. So this was $5 and I got it for $3. So it comes with 60 sheets of paper, but it was just this very cool brown paper looking kind of thing that I kind of like. So that is that. I'm not necessarily saving the best for last. I'm saving the messiest for last, and you'll see when I get to that point. I also got 2 books as well, and I am an absolute and complete bibliophile. So this one totally grabbed my eye. It's Painting Abstracts, and it's by a woman called Rolina Van Vliet. Very fancy name there. And the book is normally $26, and I got it for $9.34. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I've gone through the entire book. I love it. It is absolutely amazing. And it's like an abstract art workshop in a book. It's actually one of the most thorough books I've ever seen on abstract painting before in terms of technique. And it's not necessarily a step-by-step, but she gives you a lot of good ideas on, you know, basically coming up with your own voice as an artist, and how to use ideas in terms of composition and depth, and some good stuff in here. All right, so I'll talk to you more about this book when I start working on some of the exercises in there. So again, it was $26 and I got it for $9.34. So good, right? Next one was this one here. Is called The Art of Illumination, and illumination is just basically making stuff look fancy, right? So this is good if you do calligraphy and you want to do things like cards or postcards, and you're basically making pretty borders and making the stuff look really nice around the edges. You're doing them with, you know, flowers, and there are also examples on how to do, you know, particular letter forms, which I really like. So if you're a calligrapher or you do hand lettering and you want your stuff to look fancy, this is a pretty awesome book, right? See, you make some really nice borders, and she basically goes through step by step and shows you how to do that in this book. And it was originally $20 and I got it for $7.18. That is awesome. And there's a subscriber who I have in mind who I think I want to send this to, and you know, you might know who you are. And then last but not least, I said I was going to leave the messy thing, right? These are some General's jumbo graphite blocks, right? This is what they look like. I bought 3 of them, and how you normally use these graphite blocks is you break them into smaller pieces. What's really cool about them though is that they come in 3 different grades: the 2B, the 4B, and the 6B. Just like, you know, drawing pencils come in different grades, so the B's are obviously the darker ones. Well, they might not be too obvious to you if you really don't know, but the B's are the darker ones. So these are really cool, and again, people normally break them, or if you have one of those box cutter type thingies, you can sharpen it to a point if you want to. So I said they were messy because, I mean, if you've ever worked with graphite before, look at that, super messy, right? So you have to be mindful when you're working with graphite that it does get messy, but the blocks are very hard. You know, you put a little effort into breaking them. I'm not going to break this one because I like them big. And the reason why I like them big is because you can get these nice, humongous lines. And this is kind of what they look like when you're using this side of the block. And then if you use the broad side, or you can just sharpen it to a point with a box cutter or, you know, one of those little craft knives or something. So like I said, I saved that for the end because the graphite pencils are super messy, and they do come again in 3 different grades. So these were $4.50 and I got them for $1.61. I bought 3 packs. So that is it. That's the Hobby Lobby haul. It looks like a lot of stuff, but it was literally like it was less than $30, so that made me super excited. So if you need to take yourself on an artist date, if you need a little bit of inspiration, and if you're into the arts and crafts, definitely check out the clearance section. Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joanne Fabrics, AC Moore, whatever your local store is, because like I said, a lot of times you'll find things that they don't have in the store normally, and you never know what you might find. You never know what kind of inspiration you're going to get, and whatever I do create with these things, I'll be sure to share them with you. So thank you so much for joining me for this Hobby Lobby haul, and definitely remember to check out the podcast, please. I would really love and appreciate if you did. So thank you very much, and peace.